All right, you guys. All right, all right. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Tayspeaksatl. On tonight, let me go ahead and turn my music down so we can get started. All right, we have our guest on already. I'm going to go ahead and invite her camera on so we can go ahead and get started, you guys. Okay, okay. Okay, Sharon, I'm bringing. All right, you guys, while we wait for her to get on camera, I am your host, Tayspeaksatl, and welcome to another episode of Hey, Miss Sharon, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. You guys, if
Yeah, a
you
little.
okay,
Yeah.
we don't have any viewers yet, but we're gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling. Um, I see one person.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Tonight we have a special guest, and I will introduce her. I am your host, Tayspeaksatl, and we are coming here with another live discussion for you all. And the topic of discussion for tonight is self-care, self-love. And I have the fabulous CEO and founder of Sensational Aroma, Miss Sharon, here with me. How you doing tonight, ma'am?
Good in yourself?
I'm well. I'm well. I am well. So we're gonna give it a few minutes while other people get on board. I see I have two people coming in. Hey, ladies, Tawana is on. Hey, Tawana, how you doing? Do you know this
Hey,
familiar?
boo.
Yes, she's there. She said, "Hey, ladies. Hey, welcome. Welcome. It is all because of you that this has been manifested. I appreciate you suggesting that to me. I really do. You have got me reconnected. So we have the fabulous Miss Sharon on board tonight. Hey, Keezy coming in. Got more people. Share, 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 share. Share this video so we can get some likes and we can get the information out there. I have Sharon on with me tonight. She is, as I said, the CEO and founder of Sensational Aroma. I have pinned her information down at the bottom of the screen. So if you guys are interested in reaching out to her once we finish with the show, all of the information is there. I want to say something great. Do y'all want to know that me and Sharon used to be college roommates? She has been a dear friend since
The good old days.
1999, you guys. 1999. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. So we got some more comments. I'm great. How are you? Hey, Sharon. Tawana said, hey, Sharon. We have somebody else,
Our
Delori.
other roommate.
Whitley, yes, another roommate. 1999. That that was supposed to be Y2K. Everything was supposed to.
Hey, Delary. That's my sis.
Okay, Delori, welcome, Delori. Hey, how you doing? Share like this. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump right into it with some of our questions. And while we are going over these questions, we're going to talk a little bit with Sharon about her process and her path to starting sensational aromas. Okay. Um, so Sharon, I have a question for you. What would your definition of self-love and self-care be?
You breaking up a little bit, but you said what would my definition of self-love and self-care be?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I guess my definition of self-love would be, well, love to me is the highest elevation of understanding. So self-love would be the highest elevation of understanding that you have within yourself. You have to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself elevated, and then if you know yourself, nobody else can tell you who you are.
Exactly. You know what? That was the deepest, most real. That was the deepest response I ever heard in my life from anyone. Okay? She said the highest energy there is to know thyself. And you ladies, you know, if you go back and you look at a recap, we talked about that on my first show of Do Your Friends Match Your Successes? And we talked a little bit about that knowing thyself. Delore Whitley, yes, honey, give your family some claps because I liked that response. I really did. I'm gonna go to. I wasn't expecting that one. Okay, I was not expecting that one. Now, when I go to Google's definition of what self love is, it says a regard for one's own well being and happiness, chiefly considering as a desire narcissistic characteristic. So, you know, a lot of people they do like to say that if you got self love and you have self-care, that you're kind of narcissistic, you're self centered. It's you got to love yourself before you can love anybody else or anything.
Sorry, my connection is bad. I had to move to a different area.
Okay, okay. We never lost you. You were still here the whole entire time. Um, but yeah, that was a wonderful definition of what self love is, and that's why we felt that it was imperative to bring you on to the platform tonight because I felt like you have some information and you have some products that could help assist young ladies, young girls, young women with learning how to give self love and self care to them. So, with that being said, tell us a little bit about sensational aroma because I'm an aromatherapy connoisseur. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, sensational aromas. I make homemade soaps, candles, bath bombs, lotions, like everything. They're like body care, like how they have food porn. I have body porn. It looks like food, but it's all for your body. Soaps, lotions, everything.
Okay, why do you reference it as body porn?
Because most of the stuff I make look like food, and I love to eat. So when you tie the two together, you have soap that look like food.
Uh-huh. Do you have some soaps nearby that looks like food that you can show us?
Not at the moment. All those stuff is sold out. I have like regular bar soaps, but if you go on my Facebook page, Sensational Aromas, everything is on there.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you guys, she's on Facebook under Sensational Aromas, and I've also posted her website so you can go look at that. So you know, you were saying your love for food that kind of created and sparked your creativity. So you just was inspired to make soaps and candles and things that look like food. Cool.
Yeah, and then also a lot of soaps that you buy out of the store has a lot of chemicals in it. I have sensitive skin, so I just decided to start making my soaps because normally like the perfume breaks me out. So I just started doing my own thing so I can know what actually is going in it.
Good, good. So you would say that your line of soaps is more holistic and natural with your products that you sell.
Yeah, it's everything organic.
Every
Like organic olive oil, organic honey, goat's milk, like stuff like that. Shea butter, cocoa butter, like everything natural.
Cool, cool, cool. And what would you say is your favorite oil that you like to use? And what are the benefits of that oil?
Um, I don't really have like a favorite oil because I deal with a lot of them. I kind of like pretty much all of them. Like lavender, peppermint, and eucalyptus. I kind of use a lot. Lavender is more so for like relaxing or calming. Eucalyptus is like sore throat. I mean, like muscle pain or like sore body. Also, it's good for asthma, upper respiratory,
Wow.
things like that. Orange is like to lift you up, like energetic. So it's a bunch of different ones that I use. Peppermint is also like a calming one. And you know, when you tie them all together, they can be used for different things. My son has ADHD, so I use a lot of oils to kind of like focus him and keep him concentrated and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And you know, I love eucalyptus myself and sage.
Thank you, thank you.
And I can tell you, when I burn eucalyptus in my home, it's like a euphoria. I don't know what it does, but it just opens up all of this right here. And I can think better.
Yeah.
I can concentrate on what I'm doing. I
Yeah, because it's like Vicks, like what Vicks does. Yeah.
absolutely. It just opens up all of this, and the mental, your mental starts to open up. And somebody else said me
Yeah.
too. Um, it just opens it up. It soothes me. It calms me. You know, because I think I kind of suffer from concentrating, on things too. So I love aromatherapy oils and things of that nature, especially eucalyptus, and lavender is another
Yeah.
good one as well. I did not know that. So you guys, she
Yeah.
just shared that eucalyptus treats asthma and for ADHD. And you know, I'm very big
Right.
on that. Anything to help out with the mental.
Eucalyptus mixed with some other things for the ADHD, but more so for the asthma and the sore muscles and stuff like that.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. So you guys, y'all definitely want to reach out to her and get some of those products that she has with those healing and aromatherapy oils in them, because they could be a great benefit to you. And going back to our discussion about self care, first, before I go there, I'm going to go to some of the comments. Delori Winley, she says, "I'm so proud of you, Sharon.
Deli-
That is so great."
Thank you, D.
Tawana said, "I'm proud of you too, Sharon." I could just hear her saying that. She said, "I see big things coming your way.
Yeah,
Keep."
me too. Thank you.
Absolutely, because a lot of people they sleep on aromatherapy, and you're right. A lot of the merchandise that we buy out here on the market, it has so many harsh chemicals in it that's really not good for ethnic skin, if you
Yeah.
ask me, you know? So, um,
It's not because it's harsh. It has a lot of, bad chemicals in it.
right, absolutely. All that stuff is not created equal. And another reason, ladies, why I will say that investing in aromatherapies and oils will help to sustain your self care. Because there's more ways. Well, we talked about the definition of self care, but we also want to talk about certain remedies and things that you can do to begin instilling self care for yourself. And something like buying yourself some
Right.
aromatherapy oils or taking you some lavender calming baths, and drinking certain teas,
Right.
that could be a form of self care. You know, a lot of people think
Right.
going out buying an outfit is self care, which and it can be, but it's like a standard thing. What about having that me time, that personal time at home? And so that's my next question,
Right.
that I have is, how do you begin to instill self care for yourself? What do you think would be a good suggestion for that, Sharon?
Um, getting to know yourself, know what you like, what you don't like, meditating, staying motivated, all things like that, just to keep you, you know, loving yourself really, and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. Keezy came in. She says she takes a mental health day once a month to relax. We were speaking on that too.
And you should.
And
That's a great thing.
why is that so important, Sharon? Share with us why that is so important to take a mental health day.
Because you always need time for yourself, like to clear your head, figure out, what you want to do next, your next goals, like, plan for things, like write stuff down, have everything in order. So you need that one day to yourself where you don't have to answer to nobody, nobody's asking you questions. Like, you just need a day to yourself. Meditate, clear your head, and focus on what you're going to do next.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you and what type of meditation would you recommend for people to do?
Well, when I meditate, I normally just sit in one spot, like Indian style maybe, and then I try not to think about nothing. Like, it's hard to say don't think about nothing because I know everybody mind be traveling like 100 miles per hour because I know mine do. But you just really have to focus and sit and just try to clear your head because that helps with a lot of other things that you might have to go through or you have to deal with, like, yeah, you should, Delary, try meditating a lot. It helps. It really, really helps a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm actually working towards getting into that myself. I have a couple of books on chakras, and that third eye, and
Hmm.
they do have chakra meditation methods out, and there are
Hmm.
keys and music that you can buy and purchase or whatever. But everybody's not in
Hmm.
all of that, but it is important to get in tune with yourself and your chakras and how they align.
Right.
And I'm going to Dolores. She said,
Hmm.
I want you to try that more often. Yes, Dolores. What would you like to try more often to instill self care in yourself? Sometimes I have me a me day, and I just go and here we go with the food, dog. Hey, I will go to my favorite restaurants and just sit alone to myself, and I just think, like you said, I think to myself, I think about what I
Yeah.
want to do, moving forward, my future plans. And you feel so free and liberated because you're not obligated to be tied
Right.
to anybody else's need. It's just you focusing on you.
Right.
And especially for those that are, mothers and their wives, such as yourself, you spend so much time focusing on the family and what the family needs, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And then you have a
Right.
tendency to forget about yourself. What does Sharon want? What does Sharon need? I've taken
Hmm.
kids and my husband, so now
Hmm.
what do I need for me? You know,
Right.
um, take some me time. Dolores says she says she works all the time. Well, Dolores, as Keezy mentioned, she takes a mental health day. She takes a day off sometimes. If you can afford to do that, she takes
Yeah.
a
Take a
day,
day off.
and she ain't telling no story. She takes a day off, and it's just like I don't want to be in touch with anybody but myself. Absolutely. Um,
Right.
my next question is
And you know what I mean? Like, everybody meditates at different times. Like, you don't have to meditate in the morning. You could meditate at night. Like, just go over everything you did throughout the day. Then you can decide, well, I did this earlier. I don't want to do that again. Or I should have handled this situation better. Like, it's a thinking process, like, you can meditate like that as well. You don't have to always like try not to think about something. If you have to think about something, think about what you did wrong that you want to change, or think about what you didn't do that you want to do, like, stuff like that.
absolutely, absolutely. Um,
Take it from
you're
the
right.
time you earn it.
It can come, whenever you see fit for yourself. You know. Um,
Hmm.
Keezy said,
Hmm.
use some of your sick time to take off, to take your break, your mental break. Oh, yes. If you got PTO time, you got vacation time sitting around, you ain't entitled to tell nobody what you using it for. I need a day. I need a day.
Right.
I need a
I just
day
need a day. Right.
exactly to relax because what we end up doing is overexerting ourselves. And then that begins to come out in our aura, in our vigor, just the
Hmm.
negative energy we carry.
Hmm.
Then somebody just might be liable to get it. I mean, you don't want it to be that way.
Right. I was going to speak about that too with energy and transferring energy. Right.
Exactly. Talk about that a little bit. Transferring energy.
Because, like, I just feel like positive attract positive, you know what I'm saying? Like, if me and you are hanging out and you have an attitude and I'm around you all day with that attitude, I could be in the greatest mood, but at some point your attitude is going to rub off on me and then I'm going to have an attitude. That's, transferring negative energy. Like, you have to always stay positive, have to always stay around positive people, you have to always do positive things.
Absolutely.
If you do good, you feel good. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you do good, kind of like that.
Absolutely. And you know when we feeling good and looking good, we super extra, right? You know that, right?
Right. Right.
You can't speak on it, but I know I can, or some other people that's on the single note. When you get that new hairdo, you get that new outfit. I don't know what it is. It's just the law of attraction. All these men coming out the woodwork, and you like,
Yeah, I be trying to stuff for my husband.
yeah, hey, sometimes you got to. You gotta let them know, hey, this is all
Right.
yours. But hey, I can look good now. I can look good. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Take it. Okay. We don't have any more comments at this point. We still have two viewers. Share this video with your friends, you guys. We can get our followers up and our viewers up. Like and share this video. Okay. My next question I wanted to, well, it's not really a question. Well, it kind of is. How can a person sustain their self-care and their self-love for themselves? How do you keep that up?
Well, I just think that, if you know yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, like, nobody can bring you down. Like, you have to have self-esteem pretty much. And then you got to, like, elevate yourself to the highest level. You have to understand yourself. You have to love yourself. So that's how you sustain it. You keep yourself motivated. You do what you got to do, like, to keep yourself up. If it's meditating or, whatever it is that you need to do to keep yourself loving yourself, that's how you sustain it.
Absolutely. Hey, Candy Brown just chimed in. That's my cousin. And Tawana, she said a law of attraction. Oh,
Hey, y'all.
me too.
Hey, Valeria.
Law of attraction. You, if you guys haven't picked it up, me and my friend Keezy were talking about. No, it wasn't Keezy. It was another friend. See, me and my friends, we talk about so much positive things. It's like I didn't put them all in the same box.
Mm-hmm.
This movie called The Secret, and it's a book
Mm-hmm.
called The Secret, and it talks about law of attraction and frequency. Another good book that I would suggest to everybody is 48 Laws of Power, and it speaks on how
Yeah, that's a
we
good book.
attract things from the universe in our matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So you are what you put out there. That's why it is so important to know yourself is you keep
Right.
listening to, because if you got a spirit of confusion or deception, sometimes we think, oh, well, I don't want to deal with nobody who lies or whatever, right? But you think
Right.
you're professing that with your mouth and you're putting that out in the universe that ultimately you're going to keep that stuff away from you, which you're not. You're pulling it toward,
Right.
you're attracting it towards you. So, you have to speak life into yourself, and in order to sustain keeping up with what you have put in place for you for self-love and self-care, and just speaking that and living it
Mm-hmm.
each and every day. Absolutely. Man, I tell
Yeah,
you.
you have to have peace within yourself. Peace is the absence of all confusion. So if you have peace within yourself, then you really don't have to worry about nothing else. Like, it's gonna come at you, like, trust and believe, like, all kind of confusion gonna come at you. But if you have peace with yourself, it's nothing nobody can do.
What was
Nothing nobody can do. I'm telling you, it's nothing nobody can do.
what did you say? I'm sorry, I was throwed. That first statement you said, peace is the what of all confusion?
Peace is the absence of all confusion. Like if you break down the word peace, proper education always correct error. So if
Ooh.
somebody is acting a fool and you want to be peaceful, then you know your proper education always have to correct the error that that person is putting out into the universe. Like going back into the positive and negative thing. If that person is putting out negative energy, sometimes you don't want to deal with it. You just want to get away from it. But let's just say if it's somebody that you know and you could help them turn that negative into a positive, then you do that to get your positive energy flowing, get their positive energy flowing, and then all positive things is gonna happen. All
Oh,
good things.
that acronym, you said it and I got to catch it. That was truly deep and phenomenal right now. You know, I knew it was the reason you was my roommate
Mhm.
back in 1999. I knew it. I knew it.
You know we be
Hey,
studying, Laguna.
hey, y'all, I'm up here writing notes. I had to lean up on that thing. Now, go over that piece again for the slow right quick. Proper education.
Proper,
Uh-huh.
always correct error. Always correct errors.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. And you know what? That's what a lot of us are looking for in our life right now is peace. Be still. I've been writing
Yep.
that down. I'm gonna have to.
Absence of all confusion.
Oh, that I got that written down too. I'm going to add that to my vision board because I need to see that each and every day. Um, Keys
Yep.
said I have read that book and bought it since 2016. What was it? The 48 Laws of Power, Keezy, or was it The Secret?
Of power.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now this one, my last question, and then we're gonna open up to Q&A and speak a little bit more on sensational aroma. Why is it that so many
Okay.
people, women that is, feel guilty about having self-love and self-care? Why is it that they feel so guilty about it?
I think women feel guilty about it because I guess they feel like um, arrogant or conceited, maybe. Um, they feel like everything is about them and not about the next person. But if you don't put yourself first, how could you put anybody else after you? You understand? Like, you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of the next person. So I don't understand how they can feel guilty about taking care of themselves. Because if they don't take care of themselves, who want to take care of them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right about that. You have to be the anchor. You're like the primary example, so you have to start with you so that that positive energy can permeate outward,
Right,
to the individuals that you have in your life. I'm writing a comment.
right.
Um, Tawana, I didn't mess the whole name up. Please forgive me for that. Forgive me for that. Tawana said started on my vision board. Absolutely. And what I'm gonna say to that is a lot of people in my social circle right now at this point, everybody has either started on a vision board or finished a vision board or they're
Mhm,
altering and making additions and taking things away. Um, I have
mhm,
mine that is actually on the live now. They have created them a nice art piece wall vision board that that they can reuse and take things off of it and put it back on. I just opted for the more simpler one of gluing my stuff down on like a little poster board or whatnot. And eventually, I'm gonna have a large one like hers so that you can change it in and out. And I like to say a vision board is like a blueprint because going back to what you said earlier about how we have so much on our mind and we're always thinking about how we can
right.
change and become a better person, our brain becomes the storage for
Mhm,
all of that. And that's why it's good to meditate because when this ain't right, your mental is all misconstrued. That affects the rest of your body.
right.
that affects the rest of your body,
Right.
and you will feel it. So we have to get those thoughts out of our head, get them written down, and kind of use that as a
Hmm.
blueprint for ourselves. Um, Tawana said thank you.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit more about the sensational aromas. Mm. How long have you been doing sensational aromas?
What was, oh, my phone is on 1% going. Yeah, I started with the candles because I seen a lady on the street and she had all these candles, and I was like, I think I could do that.
Uh
Because
huh.
she was just sitting there and they were so pretty. They looked like ice cream, but it had no scent. And I was like, I think I can do that, but I think I can make it smell good. So I started researching and then I got into that. But while I was selling the candles, this lady said, I think you should make soaps. I think you'd be good with that. So then I started researching that, and then I just started, getting into the soap thing. And then also with the soaps, um, the chemical that they have in it, my skin is sensitive, so I noticed that I break out a lot from different soaps.
Hmm.
So I thought that was another good reason why I should start making it myself, because I'll know exactly what goes in it and how it's made, the process, and then I won't have to worry about nothing.
Okay, absolutely. That's a very good testimony, a story that you just shared about how you got into doing
Hmm. Thank you.
aromas. Um, and I like the fact that you said you researched. That's something that oftentimes
Yeah, you have to
we,
study.
yeah, we don't study our craft. It's just like, hey, let me get out here and do this. You
Hmm.
got to study it so you can perfect it and become a master at it. And I
Right, I was gonna say that because I don't want to put anything out there that I don't know if it works or not. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if these two ingredients can go together. Like everything don't mix, so you could cause a lot of problems with certain, things that you mix together. So, you have to research, you have to study. That's with everything. That's with yourself in general. Like, look, listen, observe, and respect. Study. You have to study in order for you to know and grow.
absolutely, hey, you dropping some golden nuggets on tonight. We losing people. I need y'all to come back in and share. You dropping some golden nuggets tonight. You got my eyes open like two trains coming up there. Where you at now? Yeah, man. I could have sworn I was in a subway over here.
Y'all better get on here.
Yay! I could have sworn I was in the subway just now. You done dropped some nuggets on tonight. So we're gonna go to some of our viewers, and this is a Q&A. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all this. With I observed, well, I reviewed and I saw your shea butter stick that looks like a rollout deodorant or what have you, and you demonstrated it, on
Yeah.
your son's leg, and yeah, I'm gonna need one of them. Uh, I like the idea of it because I feel like it's something that's small and compactable. You can kind of just throw it in your pocketbook or put it in your pocket, and
Yeah.
it's so convenient. You don't have to put your hands on it to lotion yourself. You just rub it on you,
That's what I was gonna say.
and
Yeah.
you
There's no mess. Yeah. You just rub it on.
exactly. And I like that concept because when I saw that, I thought about you remember the concept Vaseline came out with the spray oil or whatever that was. You spray it on your legs or something.
Hmm.
I got that, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, not at all, because I still had to use my hands to rub it in. So the concept that they thought they were
Right.
to
To rub it on.
provide of hands free, you just spray it on you. You know, spray that on this melanin skin over here. You gonna be looking kind of silly, you
Right.
know. So that shea stick that you had, I really like that. And is that
Hmm.
why you were inspired to make that so you could have a hands-free lotion method, or what was your theory behind that?
Yeah. Well, my kids, maybe it's just me, but you know, like when you use Vaseline and you stick your finger in it, like I just don't like everybody fingers going in what I gotta use. Like I think that's just like a personal issue that I have.
Right.
So I made it because I don't they little dirty fingers in the Vaseline I gotta put on my face or the shea butter I gotta put on my face.
Right.
So I just made it so they won't have to, use their hands. Like you said, like you just rub it on. It's heat activated, and you just rub it on and you go.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna
Mhm.
need me one of them. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna need me, especially for these legs. 'Cause I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be the first to tell you that's the part that I ignore all winter long. I say they in pants anyway. It's cold outside, but hey, I ignore that. I ignore it to the fullest. I sure do, and I know I need to do better at it. Because I don't want to be looking like I've been walking through fields of flour. I don't want to be looking like that.
Right, like that video I sent you.
Well, I'm not. I liked how it oiled that leg up. That's what I'm gonna say. It made a difference though, and he was having a good old time. You know, he tried.
Yeah, rubbing, rubbing.
He wanted to rub the whole tube out. But yeah, once I seen that in that demonstration, I was like, oh man, I really like this shea butter in a stick. I love this.
Yeah, it's called a Precious Remedy lotion bar, and it's made with shea butter, olive oil, and coconut oil.
Okay, Precious Remedy lotion bar, you guys. For those that are watching, it's a Precious Remedy
Yeah.
lotion bar. All right. Any questions from our viewers on tonight? Because we really, 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 really touch base on a lot of things when it comes down to self care. What I want to leave
Mhm.
everybody with is practice and work on having better self care and self love for yourself. It is so necessary for yourself, for your family, for your
Mhm.
friends. It's necessary. And also, I want to encourage
Mhm.
everyone to take advantage of the We Buy Black. Um, Let me go back to my stuff because I don't want to mess nothing up. WeBuyBlack.com, Sensational Aromas. I have the information pinned down below. Sensational Aromas is also
WeBuyBlack.com
.com.
backslash sensational aroma.
Okay. Yeah, I have that
There's another website too, Precious Aroma.
Precious Aroma. Okay. We have lost Sharon. Her camera is frozen. So let's just see if she comes back in eventually to the platform. Yeah, we lost her. So I'm going to invite her on and I'm going to present that question to her.